Who are the best players to draft in both round 3 and round 4? Below are links to my round 1 video, the best players to draft in round 1. A link to my round 2 video, the best players to draft in round 2. You guessed it. And now we're here for round 3 and round 4 combined in one video, the Fantasy Football Show. Yeah, it begins right now.
This is the Fantasy Football Show with your host, Smitty. Take a lap.
I'm a little crazy, but AJB, I actually feel has value that will warrant mid-second round value come end of year. I don't agree with people that try and extrapolate his career in Tennessee into Philly. Oh, Jalen Hurts can't throw the football down the field. Get your popcorn ready. If you doubt Jalen Hurts, who didn't have a proper chance to deliver and produce the way I think he will this year, a guy that runs the football phenomenally. He could be a 1,000-yard rushing quarterback at some point in his career. 7, 8, 9 touchdowns on the ground, maybe 10. Now adding A.J. Brown to the offense is going to make Philly ball out. And if you're going to judge Jalen Hurts off his first year starting last year, where he did very, very well from a fantasy perspective and had his moments considering the restrictions on him, considering the constant coaching doubt that he's been facing, not having a consistent offense or weaponry, now getting A.J. Brown, you're going to judge Jalen Hurts off his first year starting in this Philly offense as the main guy.
Take a look.
Haters won't even acknowledge or remember that when he got his first 2 starts back in 2020, he threw for 300 yards in back-to-back games. He had 4 TDs in one of those games. That was before the 2021 season. But people take 2021 and they try to say he's a dink and dunk passer. He can't throw for 400 yards or 300 yards. You heard me, 400 yards. Not a 300-yard guy. This guy could throw for 400. People keep calling him check down Jalen. Just wait, he's got a cannon. This is not a guy that could only throw dump-off passes or a gadget-type running quarterback. He's a gunslinger. A.J. Brown is one of the most efficient wide receivers in the National Football League. He does the most with a little. And what people are going to say is, well, he doesn't get a lot of volume. Trying to tie this current situation with Jalen Hurts, who I just described to you, is a gunslinger, a 300 to 400 capable gunslinger, and you're trying to tie his old situation to it and say that he's going to be a low volume guy. If he's not efficient, he won't get the numbers. It's funny to me when people try and hold something against a player when they completely deliver when they're not fed the ball. It's similar to doubting Debo's wide receiver potential because you ask him to run the football a quarter or halftime. And people say, oh, he's not worth what a normal wide receiver is because he doesn't do a lot of wide receiver work when you're asking him to do something else and he's hitting a home run, hitting it out of the park. A.J. Brown, in a kind of similar context, is being asked to do a lot with a little, and he does it. He delivers. And now you expect him to just go over to a different situation and get fed the same because he attracts low volume, low target share. A.J. Brown's not capable of absorbing more target share. He's going to get fed a ton in Philly. And if he delivers really well every time, whenever he's asked to deliver on low volume, what do you think's going to happen when he gets fed full course meals? Think about it.
You've just been Smitty approved.
I'm going to take 2 players and put them right in between round 3 and 4 because I don't want to argue both points in both rounds. I want to cover it in one argument, but say that ETN is a steal in round 3-4. So at the turn picks, let's call it. And I'd take him in mid round 3 if you needed to, but according to ADP data, he's going about 42. I think it depends on the league you're in. That could raise up to like 36, which would be the end of this 3rd round. I think he's a steal. I think he's a Christian McCaffrey 2.0. Maybe he doesn't produce the kind of numbers we saw McCaffrey produce, but he's going to be a baby McCaffrey. And that even sounds disrespectful because it makes it sound like he can't become this elite running back. He's like a cheaper version of him. And while he might never reach the levels of CMC, he could be a top 5 to 7 running back in fantasy football 2022. And at 3rd to 4th round value, more often than not in round 4, wins you a league. This is one of my favorite 3-4 round players in fantasy football to go along with his counterpart in Breece Hall. These 2 guys together are my favorite 3rd and 4th round turn guys that I would take both of them at 3.5 easily if I had to. I only put him here because I want to emphasize that you traditionally can get him in round 4 and sometimes have to pay like a 3.5, 3.7. Breece Hall in round 4 is my win a league player above all win a league players. ETN in round 4 is right up there. These two guys have top 5 to 10 running back potential right out of the gate in 2022. In fact, some of my favorite team builds are going like Jamar Chase and Debo, and then ETN and Breece Hall. Championship. Couple it with my Burrow pick later. Championship. And I don't know which one you'd take in 3 and which one you'd take in 4. This probably is the way you'd see it play out a little more likely. ETN a little higher, Breece Hall, but that could change really quickly. People are getting on the Breece Hall train. You might be able to do this. Maybe you've got to trade this 4th rounder up to like right here to get both of them. And I do that. I move from 4.5 to 4.1 to ensure I got both of these guys. And I give up a 7th rounder for free just to get that deal done. Just a little itty bitty trade to try and ensure that this pick right here does in fact become ETN, or vice versa. If you took ETN here and you had a pick here, you could move up right here to ensure you get both of them. ETN and Breece Hall, you are both Smitty approved from that 3-4 turn and even well above it, but I want to emphasize 3-4 turn because I don't want you guys overpaying on draft day. Go win your league with Breece Hall and ETN. 2 of my favorite steals in 2022. By far.
You've just been Smitty approved.
I'm starting to really like Kittle in round 4, especially at the tail end. Like he's fallen to like 5.1, so you could even put him. Let's put him over here at 5.1 because that's where I'm seeing him fall, and I'm smashing it every time. Kyle Pitts at the mid to late 4. I don't like him in 3 as much because there's the touchdown production limitation he might have with the quarterback play in Atlanta, but the yardage should be there, and he could still produce the touchdown. So late round 4, absolute steal. Smitty approved.
You've just been Smitty approved.
Justin Herbert anywhere in round 4 is completely Smitty approved.
You've just been Smitty approved.
This guy could, like Burrow, lead the entire league in fantasy football scoring, and he easily could be the #1 quarterback in 2022. I think Herbert throws for 42 to 45 touchdown passes. I think he runs a couple more in. He's got a real strong shot at 48 to 50 total touchdowns in 2022. You can at me all you want. I really don't care. Herbert's going to take a huge step forward. They improve the defense like no other. That's going to make this team live in the red zone. Herbert's going to have multiple 3 and 4 touchdown games because he'll live in the red zone. Absolutely love Herbert in round 4. And you can say, oh, early quarterback, but Smitty quarterback's so deep. Yeah, keep digesting the regurgitated early quarterback can ruin you type of thinking while we clean up when we see the best player available no matter what position they're in. I'm not forcing a player I don't really love when I can grab the #1 potential overall scorer in fantasy football. And where you get your quarterback downstream, I'll get a player I love that will break out, and then we'll compare my breakout and quarterback to your player you take here and the quarterback you take later. It's got to be an apples to apples comparison, and I will crush people all day long with my quarterback in round 4 when it's Herbert with Ayuk in round 7. My Herbert and Ayuk versus your late quarterback and Deontay Johnson, early quarterback. Take a left. Now, I like McLaurin, I like Waddle, but they traditionally can go like in this area here, which I think is good value, but I'm not gonna call them out because I want to make sure these names remain special and very, very like they stand out. Real quickly, make sure you click the link below. Underdog Fantasy, go play Underdog. They're matching up to $100 of your first deposit of new depositors. Take advantage of all these values we keep talking about. DK Metcalf in 5, Joe Burrow in 6, Kenneth Walker 7 and 8, Breece Hall in round 4. Go win some best ball leagues. Go get your deposit matched. Go do it now. Link in description. Use promo code
Smitty.
Get on over to thefantasyfootballshow.com. Get your lifetime membership, your one-on-one text advice, your trade calculator, your bold predictions, your articles, everything you need to dominate the written content at The Fantasy Football Show. The YouTube channel's at youtube.com/The Fantasy Football Show. The content's at thefantasyfootballshow.com. It's really easy, Bob. Okay, so I'll see you for video number 4, which will be rounds, let's see, 3, 4, 5, and 6 maybe. I don't know. So rounds 5 and 6 are next. Let's go.
This is the Fantasy Football Show with your host, Smitty.